I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review. Can you believe it? 92 rated, objective. Can't believe I'm saying that. Sabitzer. He is a very good card for an objective. I'm a little surprised EA went as far as they've done and said, look, you can have this guy as an objective card. Like, Saul came out as an SBC. It wasn't an expensive one. It was under 200k or just there or thereabouts. And he was an SBC. This guy, on the market, would be well above 200k, right? But hey, not bad at all. Let's have a look at him. So what position would you want to play him initially? That's the problem, because, it's not a bad problem. It's a nice problem to have. You can play him box to box. You could give him a, backbone and play him as a CDM. You could give him a maestro and play him as a cam. You could give him a sniper and play him as a striker. You can quite literally play him anywhere in the middle. You could argue that with a hunter, you could maybe pop him out on the wing because he's got 97 acceleration and 94 sprint speed and can finish and can hit the ball with some venom, because 96 shot power is no joke, let me tell you. Very, very good card all round. Unbelievably well-rounded as well. Just almost nothing to complain about. Consider the fact that it's free. Now, I say every single objective video that I make, or review about an objective card, I should say, every single time. And I have to say it again, have to reiterate. I know some people will consider time a currency, right? You value your time, therefore you are paying with your time. But unless we have things to unlock, what is the point in playing this game, right? So people cry out for objectives and then they moan that they have to jump through hoops to get him. I understand where people are coming from. They want to score 20 goals with Bundesliga players. They want to get 20 assists with Bundesliga players, 20 goals with Austrian players, blah, 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 so on and so forth, and just do basic things rather than get, 4 assists with one guy with one leg who's from Austria but now lives in Bosnia. I get it. I understand. But he's not too difficult to unlock. I think he's actually easier to unlock, hence the reason why I'm doing him first, actually, than the Hertha Berlin player, Dilro Sun. I think he is easier to unlock, so that's why we have him. 3-star skills is not a good place to start, to be fair, but still not bad. 4-star weak foot. High work rates for me is brilliant because I knew exactly where I wanted to play him. And then, of course, the average body type, which, I don't know. I mean, for the most part, I would prefer lean, but you can get away with average. It's not a problem at all. Now, the base stats, like I said, very well rounded. Physicals are perfect, by the way. 94 stamina. That is not a problem at all. You don't need to worry about it. You can play him anywhere and he won't run out of steam. Fantastic. Strength at 84, being 5'10 as well, is actually a pleasant surprise. That from the 81 rated card, by the way, is only up by 9 points, which, I mean, they've been a little bit stingy with the physicals. Everything else has gone up considerably, apart from maybe the dribbling as well, actually. The dribbling and the physical, both only up by 10, and the shooting only up by 10. But the defensive stats up by 29, passing's up by 15, pace is up by 12. So, I mean, to be fair, right, the shooting is actually very good. You've got 96 shot power, 92 long shots, 88 finishing and 90 positioning. That's only got up by 10 from the base card. He does have a scream card as well. So that, I mean, to be fair, that is actually not too far off what this card is. So his defensive stats are obviously up quite considerably from the base, but they're only up by 3 from the screen because that's the big boost that he was given. But I mean, he's gone up by 8 in shooting, 7 in dribbling, 10 in pace. So it's a big upgrade over that scream card. Now, Kemp Style wise, you'd have seen what Kemp Style I had on him, but I have changed an awful lot. It's probably the card that I've mixed around and messed around with Kemp Styles more than any other in recent times. The reason for that is because, like I said, I didn't really know where I wanted to play him until I settled upon a 4-2-3-1 and him as the cam. I have reviewed Toni Kroos. Now, I haven't actually released that review. I have it ready and waiting for something. I might release it tomorrow. I'm not sure. I was going to release it today, but by the time I finished it, we were 6 o'clock and it was pointless. So I mentioned in that review that Toni Kroos' medium work rates are a little bit irritating for me in a 4-2-3-1 because ideally what I would want is a high. Now, Saul has high, and he is very much like this Sabitzer card in the fact that he is very well-rounded. So this essentially is a very similar player to what we had for Saul, even though he was an SBC. This obviously is going to be free. They are very similar cards, and I've used Saul. I did it. I reviewed it. That is on the channel. They are quite similar in the way that they play. Their sort of mobility and maneuverability, again, is very similar. The one thing that Sabitzer has that Saul just, I don't know why, but just couldn't quite get the grasp of, is the shot power and the shooting and the finishing in general. Sabitzer is very good in front of goal. Very good in front of goal. I must stress that. I mean, he is insane, almost, right? So, in terms of that Kemp Style, you just got to go with whatever you feel like, because, like I said, it does entirely depend on where you want to play him. So you could go for an engine, bump up that acceleration and sprint speed a little bit. You could put a maestro on him, which obviously then bumps up the long shots to 99. The positioning goes up to 95. His positioning is actually very good anyway. I wouldn't really worry about that. But like I said, it does depend on where you play him and what instructions you have on him. I was playing 4-2-3-1 for the most part. I did switch around 4-1-2-2 a little bit here or there as well. But he was primarily a cam. So, you know, his positioning was actually very good. Whether his positioning is that good defensively, I would argue he probably would be, because his defensive awareness is 90. So you would assume that defensively he's actually very sound. I didn't use him as a CDM because I feel like it might be a bit of a waste. There are, you know, specific CDMs out there. Axel Witzel's SBC, for example, is a very, very good CDM. I may or may not have a review of him out tomorrow, but his defensive stats are incredible compared to Sabitzer's, which is fine because you wouldn't expect anything less. So why use Sabitzer as a CDM when you can go and get Axel Witsel very cheaply? He's about 170, if not even cheaper than that by now, which is insane for that card, by the way. So yeah, not bad at all there. Now, I wouldn't recommend playing him as a winger. I did mention it earlier. I wouldn't really recommend it. 4-2-3-1, maybe as a left attacking mid or right attacking mid, you could argue. And I came up against this card once, and someone had a hunter on him, and that's what made me think, why does he have a hunter on him? Because he wasn't playing him as striker, so why does he have a hunter on him? I think he was playing him more of an attacking role. That game didn't last very long, I won't lie to you, so I don't know where that guy was playing him properly, but he had a hunter on him, which made me think about it. 97 acceleration, 94 sprint speed, 99 shot power, 93 finishing, 95 positioning, 99 volleys, and of course 88 penalties. So the penalties are actually very bad on Sabitzer, but I wouldn't worry about that too much. You've probably got a designated penalty taker anyway, so I wouldn't be too concerned about him missing those. But yeah, just know that I have played against him with a hunter, and he was very good. He felt very quick to try and compete against, try and stop him from progressing. He was very fast. So there we go. How does he feel on the ball? I mean, his agility could be better, definitely. I mean, he's 5'10". You would expect him to be quite agile for a player with, I wouldn't say like high pace, because he's got sort of mid-80s pace, but his acceleration is 87. But because his agility is only 84, his pace is sort of mid-80s, slightly higher, and then of course he's got an average body type. He doesn't feel sluggish, he doesn't feel slow, that's not what I'm saying. But when you've used like crazy agile players, like for instance, when I was reviewing Toni Kroos earlier today, I kept bringing on Mahrez and I kept bringing on Aubameyang, and what those players have, it's just insane maneuverability. Like the control, the agility, and all that goes hand in hand. And then when you come from playing with those type of players to playing with someone who doesn't quite have that, you feel it. You really do feel it. So I wouldn't necessarily say that he feels slow, but compared to a Mahrez Aubameyang, he's going to feel a little bit sluggish. So take that with a pinch of salt, because like I said, he doesn't feel slow. It's just if you've got an awful lot of crazy good, high agility, fast players, you'll feel that sort of left stick, like heavy on the left stick, if you will. That's all it is. He's very responsive. He's got very good ball control. He can be a little bit irritating at times when it comes to passing out from under feet. But I think that might be the composure coming in. When he's under pressure and the ball's sort of half under his feet a little bit, he can take a little while to get it out from under and to get the pass off. When he does perform a pass, it's very good, it's accurate. His shooting is by far my favourite part about the card. His physicals are very nice. I would say that it's 100% worth doing the unlock, even if you don't have a place for him in your starting 11. Bringing him off the bench as that sort of workhorse box-to-box type player is very good. And at the very least, a 92 rated team of the season to just chuck into an objective, an SBC. I mean, who's going to say no to that? Definitely worth the unlock. If you're doing weekend league, you know, maybe do that first and then worry about it after, because guess what? You've got 2 weeks to complete this. Big props to EA for giving us 2 weeks to complete the objectives, or at least the main card objective, even though I think the other player, Dilro's son, is actually a little bit harder to unlock than Sabitzer, but, you know, it is what it is. Let me know whether you think he's worth the unlock, if you used him. If you have used him, let me know whether you like him or not. I think he's a very good card. Definitely worth the unlock, in my opinion. If you have enjoyed the player review, do me a favour and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index, the game changed. Download the app now.